I hate to sound like this is a one-issue show, but I see my role as a journalist often to cover stories, and particularly in the context of New Zealand in the year 2024, to cover stories and issues that are woefully inadequate and corrupted mainstream media will not go near. So literally to tell stories that no one else will, or that others might not be interested, and represent points of view that due to cancel culture people are trying to suppress. And the issue, I guess, of women's rights, the issues of freedom of expression are very much issues that our mainstream media don't uphold or protect. So I hate to give the impression that I am a single issue kind of zealot. I'm not. I'm just a journalist doing my job. One of the issues that I think causes many in middle New Zealand, many more people than are prepared to admit it, concern, is a global trend which has unfortunately come to New Zealand of public libraries being used to promote drag queens, sexual fetishists, who represent that they're going to read stories to children. And it is part of some strange worldwide diversity thing. And there's been a bit of pushback in New Zealand, though the mainstream media don't want to get into these stories, apart from advocating for people like Chanel Lal and the rabid trans rights activists. The latest example is occurring in Upper Hutt. This Thursday, a burlesque performer or drag king known as, I think, Willie McSmackintosh or something, is apparently going to do a tot time story reading. It is all very bizarre. It is all not what it seems. This isn't a paid event, though the person's getting paid, and it is not, if you like, compulsory, but parents can bring their kids along, and it's clearly inappropriate. We had been trying, and I wait till Ben sits down, we've been trying to get Wayne Guppy, the mayor of Upper Hutt, to comment on this, and he's been very cagey with Ben. He's normally a very open fellow, Wayne Guppy, the mayor of Upper Hutt. And he didn't tell us that yesterday he was meeting from a delegation led by a pastor of Destiny Church, Heker Robertson, to discuss this very bizarre use of a public library. Wayne Guppy won't front for us this morning. Nope, won't front. Running for the hills, but Heker Robertson, who was in that meeting, will, and he joins us now. Heker, welcome to the platform. Thank you very much indeed for coming on.
Good morning, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right. Heker, are you a Upper Hutt or Hutt Valley local?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a local ratepayer.
Okay. How many members, how big's Destiny Church in the Hutt Valley?
Well, we've got about 200 plus people down here in the Hutt Valley, but the people that we represent outside of the church is a whole lot more than that. And so we've been meeting with local community, other groups who are connected, but they see that we move on things, and so they come to us and they ask us if we could stand and support them in this fight. And so, yeah, there are quite a few people, overwhelming number of people who are outraged by what's happening in the Upper Hutt libraries. Okay. So you managed to get a meeting with Mayor Guppy, right? Yeah, well, I informed them that we weren't happy on the Friday, and I said that the Mayor needs to know that there are many who aren't happy. It's not enough to get emails or send emails. I think you need to actually get out there in person and turn up. And so we turned up.
How many of you turned up, and was it a prearranged meeting? Did Wayne Guppy say, come down and see me?
Well, no, it wasn't a prearranged meeting. I was going to go and deliver that letter personally.
Yeah.
So at the last, a whole lot of other people said, no, we'll come with you. There would have been a whole lot more had I advertised it. There would have been quite a crowd.
So how many of you, sorry, I missed that. How many of you turned up yesterday?
There are about, I don't know, probably about 40, 50.
Yeah.
So that's a significant number at short notice. I informed them that we were coming. I had no appointment. I just said, we'll be there and I'll be bringing a letter. So what he did is he turned up. They called the police. So the police arrived, and thankfully the mayor decided to come out.
What did the police say to you? Why were the police there?
Oh, they were called by the council. So I'm sure that any time we turn up anywhere, people get concerned and they called the police.
Were you
but,
blocking
we were
public thoroughfares? Were you chanting? Were you waving flags? Were you being objectionable? No, okay.
A good report for the police. We've been standing everywhere, and the police, they love us. They actually thank us for helping them to keep law and order.
All right. Okay. I don't know that I'm into vigilantes. Okay. So do you meet with Wayne Guppy in his office or outside the council buildings?
The mayor came out onto the steps and received our letter. And I guess I spoke to him on the Friday, and I said, we're going to move on this. You need to do something. And so as a result of that, I got a response from the council saying that they will be meeting first thing on Monday morning to discuss this event.
So this was last Friday, sorry. When was this?
That was on Friday. And so that's why I decided, okay, well...
Sorry, no, you dropped out there. When was this? When did all this happen?
I went yesterday morning because on Friday they informed me. I called that they were going to meet in the morning to discuss it. So I thought, well, let's go and give you something to discuss.
Yeah. So they were meeting yesterday afternoon, Heker?
Yep, they met after our meeting, and so I've since contacted the Mayor's office to say, thanks for meeting us. I understand you had a meeting. Could you please get back to me on the outcome of your meeting?
And what did they say? And have they got back to you?
Well, I'm expecting to get a message from them this morning, or I'll be back there again.